Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Unlock Your English Potential channel. Today, we are going to talk about a very important topic, a topic that touches our heart, our family, our children, our daily life, and even our English learning journey. Today, we will talk about forgiveness and revenge. We will understand when forgiveness is needed and when discipline is needed. We will talk about children's behavior, rules, and laws. And finally, we will see how forgiveness helps us grow in life and in learning English. Many people think forgiveness means weakness. Many people think discipline means anger. But both ideas are misunderstood. In this video, you will clearly understand how forgiveness brings peace, how discipline builds character, and how balance between both creates a healthy life. Please listen till the end with an open mind and a calm heart, because this message is not only for the mind, it is for the heart and for daily living. Before we start the video, please subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed yet. Let's begin. What is forgive? Forgive means letting go of anger and choosing peace, kindness, and happiness. Forgive means to let go of anger, hurt, and bad feelings towards someone who has done something wrong to you. It means you decide not to keep hatred in your heart. You choose peace instead of pain. When you forgive, you let this bad feeling go away. You clean your heart from anger. You choose to feel calm, happy, and peaceful instead of staying angry and upset. When someone hurts you, the pain stays inside your mind. You may keep thinking about what happened. Your heart feels heavy. Forgiveness means you decide not to carry this pain anymore. You choose peace instead of anger. You choose calmness instead of revenge. Forgiveness does not mean the other person was right. It does not mean you forget what happened. It simply means you stop allowing that bad experience to control your emotions and your happiness. You accept that mistakes happen. People are imperfect, and holding anger only hurts you. When you forgive, your mind becomes lighter. You stop replaying the painful moment again and again. Your breathing becomes calm. Your sleep improves. Your focus becomes better. Your energy comes back. You feel more positive and relaxed inside. Imagine your heart is like a small bag. When someone hurts you, you put a stone in the bag. One stone makes the bag heavy. If many people hurt you and you keep all the stones, the bag becomes very heavy and hard to carry. Forgiving means taking the stones out of the bag. Your bag becomes light again. You feel happy and free. Before we talk about forgiveness, we must understand why forgiveness is needed. Forgiveness becomes important when someone hurts us. It can be through words, actions, lies, disrespect, or unfair behavior. When this happens, our heart feels pain and anger. At that moment, we usually have two choices. One choice is revenge, and the other choice is forgiveness. To truly understand forgiveness, we first need to clearly understand what revenge does to us. When someone hurts you, your mind naturally becomes upset. You may keep thinking about what happened. Your heart feels heavy. You may feel angry, disappointed, or insulted. Slowly, a thought comes into your mind. Why should I stay quiet? He hurt me. I should hurt him back. This thought is revenge. Revenge means trying to give back the same pain that you received. At first, revenge may look strong and powerful. It feels like justice. The mind says, if I make the other person suffer, I will feel better. But this feeling is only for a short time. Deep inside, the anger does not disappear. The heart does not become peaceful. Instead of healing the pain, revenge keeps the pain alive. Revenge also increases problems. When you hurt someone back, that person becomes angry again. Then they may hurt you more. Slowly, the situation becomes worse. Small misunderstandings become big fights. Relationships break. Trust disappears. Stress grows. Peace goes away. One bad action creates another bad action, and the cycle continues. Revenge also affects your own mind and health. When the mind stays full of anger and negative thoughts, you cannot feel happy easily. Your sleep, focus, and emotional balance get disturbed. You may become more impatient, more aggressive, and less kind. Even when life is going well, your heart may still feel heavy because old anger is still inside. This is why we need forgiveness. Forgiveness means choosing peace instead of anger. It means deciding not to let someone's mistake control your emotions and your happiness. Forgiveness does not say that the wrong action was correct. It simply says, I will not carry this pain anymore. When you forgive, your heart becomes light. Your mind becomes calm. You save your energy. You stop the chain of anger and pain. You protect your inner peace and emotional health. So before moving forward, understanding revenge helps us see clearly why forgiveness is so powerful and necessary. Revenge keeps us trapped in pain, but forgiveness helps us move forward with peace and strength. What is revenge? Revenge means hurting someone back because they hurt you first. It is when a person feels angry, sad, or insulted and wants to make the other person feel the same pain. The mind says, you hurt me, so now I will hurt you. This feeling comes from anger and ego, not from peace or wisdom. In simple words, revenge means trying to hurt someone back because they hurt you first, but it only increases anger and sadness and never brings true happiness or peace. Revenge means hurting someone back because they hurt you first. When a person feels insulted, disrespected, ignored, or treated badly, the heart becomes full of anger and pain. The mind starts thinking, you made me suffer, so now I will make you suffer. This thought comes from anger and ego, not from peace or wisdom. When someone hurts us, it is natural to feel upset. We may feel sad, angry, or disappointed. But when we hold this anger inside and start planning to hurt the other person, it becomes revenge. Revenge makes us focus on pain instead of solutions. Instead of healing the heart, it keeps the wound open. At first, revenge may give a small feeling of satisfaction. A person may feel, now we are equal, I taught him a lesson. But this feeling does not last long. After some time, the heart again feels heavy. The mind remains restless. Peace does not come. Because hurting someone else does not remove our own pain, it only spreads the pain. Revenge also creates a chain reaction. When you hurt someone, that person feels angry and may hurt you back again. Then the problem becomes bigger. Small misunderstandings turn into big fights. Relationships break. Trust disappears. Stress increases. Happiness reduces. This cycle can continue for a long time if nobody decides to stop it. Revenge damages the person who takes it. The mind becomes used to anger. The heart becomes hard and less kind. Slowly, patience, compassion, and understanding disappear. Such a person may always feel irritated, unhappy, and disturbed, even in small situations. Inner peace is lost. Revenge is like carrying a burning coal in your hand to throw at someone. Before it hurts the other person, it burns your own hand. In the same way, revenge first harms your own mind, health, and happiness. Revenge never truly solves any problem. It does not bring understanding, respect, or healing. It only increases negative emotions and keeps the past pain alive. A peaceful mind comes from letting go, not from hurting back. In simple words, revenge means choosing anger over peace and pain over healing. It may look powerful for a moment, But in reality, it makes life heavier, more stressful, and less joyful. Choosing calm thinking and forgiveness protects your happiness and inner peace. Revenge never fixes the problem, it only makes the problem bigger. Talking nicely, asking for help, or forgiving brings peace. Revenge brings more anger and sadness. Revenge can happen in different ways. Sometimes people take revenge loudly, and sometimes very quietly. All types of revenge come from anger and hurt. Let me explain the main types in very simple English. One type of revenge is physical revenge. This means hurting someone's body because they hurt you. A person may hit, push, throw something, or damage someone's belongings. The person feels angry and wants to show power. But this type of revenge is very dangerous. Someone can get badly hurt. Police or authorities may get involved. Regret comes later, but the damage is already done. Another type of revenge is verbal revenge. This means hurting someone with words. A person may shout, insult, mock, or spread bad words about someone. The mouth speaks angry words, but those words can deeply hurt the heart of the other person. Verbal revenge breaks relationships and creates long-lasting bitterness. Another type of revenge is emotional revenge. This means hurting someone's feelings on purpose. A person may ignore someone, stop talking, show cold behavior, or try to make the other person feel jealous or lonely. The goal is to make the other person feel pain inside, but this also keeps both hearts unhappy and stressed. Another type of revenge is mental or silent revenge. This means holding hatred inside and wishing bad things for the other person. The person may not say or do anything openly, but inside the mind there is anger, planning, and negative thinking. This quietly damages peace, sleep, and happiness. Another type of revenge is social revenge. This means damaging someone's image in front of others. A person may spread rumors, complain to everyone, or try to turn people against the other person. This creates misunderstanding, fear, and broken trust in society and families. Another type of revenge is success-based revenge. This means trying to become successful only to make the other person feel small or jealous. The person's happiness depends on proving someone wrong instead of personal growth. This keeps the heart restless and competitive. All these types of revenge look different, but the result is the same. Peace reduces, anger increases, problems grow instead of solving. The heart becomes heavy and tired. In simple words, revenge can be done through body, words, emotions, mind, society, or ego, but none of them bring true happiness or peace. Forgiveness and calm thinking always bring a better life. Now let's come back to forgiveness and discuss in detail. Forgive means saying, "It's okay, I will not stay angry anymore." When someone hurts you, your heart feels sad or angry. Maybe your friend takes your pencil without asking. Maybe someone says a bad word to you. Your heart feels heavy. You may want to cry or shout. This feeling is called anger or hurt. Forgiveness can happen in different ways. All types of forgiveness help our heart become light, peaceful, and happy. Let me explain the main types of forgive in very simple English so everyone can understand easily. The first type is forgiving others. This means when someone hurts you, speaks badly to you, breaks your trust, or makes you sad, you choose not to stay angry with them. For example, your friend takes your toy without asking, and you feel angry. Later, your friend says sorry. You think about it and decide not to fight or stay upset. You say, "It's okay," and you start playing again. Your heart feels calm and happy. This is forgiving others. It helps friendships grow strong and keeps love in the heart. The second type is forgiving yourself. Sometimes we make mistakes. Maybe you spoke rudely to your parents. Maybe you did not study well for a test. Maybe you broke something by mistake. You feel guilty and keep thinking, I am bad, I always do wrong. This makes your heart heavy and sad. When you forgive yourself, you accept that everyone makes mistakes. You learn from your mistake and promise to do better next time. You stop blaming yourself. You give yourself kindness and love. Your heart becomes peaceful again. The third type is forgiving accidents or situations. Sometimes bad things happen and no one is really at fault. You miss a bus, it starts raining and your picnic is canceled. You lose a game even after trying hard. You feel disappointed and angry. Forgiving the situation means you accept what happened and move forward instead of crying and complaining again and again. You say in your heart, it's okay, I will try again. This helps you stay positive and strong. The fourth type is forgiving again and again. Sometimes one forgiveness is not enough. The hurt comes back in your mind. You remember the bad moment and feel angry again. At that time, you forgive once more. Slowly, the pain becomes smaller and smaller. Your heart learns to stay calm. This teaches patience and emotional strength. All these types of forgiveness help us live happily. When we forgive others, we protect relationships. When we forgive ourselves, we build confidence. When we forgive situations, we stay hopeful. When we forgive again and again, we become emotionally strong and peaceful. In simple words, forgiveness is a beautiful habit that cleans our heart and fills it with peace, love, and happiness. Here is a simple example. John and Teresa are playing. Teresa pushes John by mistake. John falls and feels angry. John wants to shout at Teresa, but Teresa says, "Sorry, I did not mean to push you." John thinks for a moment and says, "Okay, I forgive you." Now John is not angry anymore. They start playing again. John's heart feels good and light. This is forgiveness. Another example. A little girl builds a tower with blocks. Her brother breaks it by mistake. She feels sad and angry. She wants to cry, but then she remembers that her brother did not do it on purpose. She takes a deep breath and says, "It's okay, I forgive you." They build the tower again together. Her heart becomes happy. Forgiving does not mean bad behavior is okay. It only means you choose not to keep anger in your heart. You choose love, kindness, and peace. When you forgive, you become strong inside. You feel calm. You smile more. You can play, study, and enjoy your day better. Let me explain in a very simple way. Imagine someone speaks badly to you. Their words hurt you. Your mind keeps remembering that moment again and again. You feel angry. You feel sad. You feel disturbed. Even when that person is not near you, the pain is still inside you. This is not good for your mind and your health. When you forgive, you say in your heart, "I will not carry this pain anymore. I will release this anger." You may still remember what happened, but it will not hurt you strongly. Your heart becomes lighter and calmer. Forgiving does not mean the other person was right. Forgiving does not mean you forget what happened. Forgiving means you stop letting that mistake control your emotions and your peace. Let me give you a daily life example. Suppose your friend promised to help you, but he did not come. You felt disappointed and angry. For many days, you keep thinking, "He cheated me. He wasted my time." Your mood becomes bad. You cannot focus on your work. This anger stays inside you like a heavy bag on your shoulders. When you forgive your friend, you tell yourself, "Maybe he had some problem. I will not keep this anger." Slowly, your mind becomes relaxed. You feel free. That is forgiveness. Another example. If someone hits your bike accidentally in traffic and speaks rudely, your heart becomes hot with anger. You want to fight. But if you forgive, you take a deep breath and think, fighting will not solve anything. Let me stay calm. You protect your peace. You move forward with a clean mind. Forgiveness is mainly for you, not for the other person. When you forgive, you heal your own heart. You save your energy. You become emotionally strong and mature. Forgiveness also helps in relationships. In every family and in every relationship, mistakes are normal. A husband and wife may argue. Parents may scold their children. Children may say rude words to their parents. Friends may misunderstand each other. Most of the time, these things happen because of stress, tiredness, or anger, not because people truly want to hurt each other. For example, imagine a husband comes home tired from work. He is stressed and angry. His wife asks him something simple, but he replies in a harsh way. The wife feels hurt. She does not say anything, but she keeps that pain in her heart. The next day, another small argument happens. Slowly, these small hurts collect inside her. After some time, she feels distant, unhappy, and heavy inside. The love is still there, but it feels hidden under anger and pain. Now imagine a different situation. After the argument, the wife thinks calmly and says to herself, "He was tired. He did not mean to hurt me." She chooses to forgive. She lets go of the pain instead of holding it tightly. The next day, she speaks normally and kindly. Slowly, the husband also feels relaxed and may say sorry without being asked. The home feels lighter again. This is the most important idea to understand. When we learn to forgive in every family situation, many problems automatically become smaller. In every family, between husband and wife, parents and children, brothers and sisters, small mistakes happen again and again. Words are sometimes spoken in anger. Actions are sometimes misunderstood. If we keep all these small hurts inside our heart, the relationship slowly becomes heavy and painful. But when we forgive, the relationship becomes light again. The bond becomes stronger, and peace returns to the home. Forgiveness does not mean that the other person was right. It simply means that you choose peace instead of anger. In most relationships, the mistakes are small and can easily be forgiven. When one person takes the first step and forgives, the other person also feels softer inside. Slowly, they also learn to forgive. Kindness creates kindness. What we give to others comes back to us. Life works like a circle. The way we behave with people will return to us in some form. Forgiveness should begin with ourselves. Many times, we feel guilty about our own mistakes and keep blaming ourselves. When we forgive ourselves, our heart becomes calm. From that calm heart, it becomes easier to forgive others. When we forgive people around us, they start learning from our behavior. Our children watch us closely. Our friends and family members also notice how we react in difficult situations. Without saying anything, we are teaching them how to behave. When children grow up seeing forgiveness at home, they carry this habit into their own lives. When they become parents, husbands, or wives, they will know how to forgive small mistakes instead of fighting or holding anger. Because of this, their relationships will last longer. Love will stay alive in their marriage. They will then teach the same value to their own children. In this way, forgiveness passes from one generation to the next. Forgiveness is a very powerful tool. It can win hearts where anger fails. It heals relationships, reduces stress, and creates understanding between people. When forgiveness becomes a habit in families, it slowly spreads to society. homes become peaceful, children grow up emotionally strong, and society becomes kinder and more balanced. This is how forgiveness creates a peaceful world, starting from one heart, one family, and one generation at a time. The same thing can happen between parents and children. A parent may shout at a child for a small mistake. The child feels sad and misunderstood. If this happens again and again, the child starts feeling afraid or distant. The relationship becomes tense, even though both sides still love each other. When we forgive, we remove the heavy weight from our heart. Love gets space to grow again. Trust may not come back immediately, but slowly it returns. The relationship starts to feel warm, safe, and peaceful again. Forgiveness does not mean we forget everything or accept bad behavior again and again. It simply means we choose peace instead of carrying pain. When forgiveness becomes a habit, relationships stay healthy, strong, and full of love. Forgiveness is like cleaning dirty water from a glass. When the glass is dirty, you cannot drink clean water. When you clean it, fresh water can come inside. In the same way, when your heart is full of anger and hate, happiness cannot stay. When you forgive, your heart becomes clean and peaceful. Forgiving takes time. Sometimes pain is deep. You cannot forgive in one day. That is okay. Slowly, with understanding and patience, forgiveness grows. In simple words, forgive means freeing your heart from anger, pain, and hatred, so you can live peacefully and happily. Teach discipline. Forgiveness is a very good and powerful practice, but forgiveness does not mean giving children complete freedom to do whatever they want. Forgiveness should always go together with guidance, discipline, and teaching right and wrong. Especially in the case of children, parents have a responsibility to correct wrong behavior so that it does not become a habit in the future. Children are still learning how the world works. They do not always understand the difference between right and wrong. If a child does something wrong and the parent always forgives without correcting the behavior, the child may think that the action is acceptable. This can slowly turn a small mistake into a bad habit. Forgiveness is about cleaning the heart, but discipline is about shaping character. For example, imagine a child takes money from his father's pocket without asking. This is not a small mistake, it is stealing, and it is wrong. If the parent simply smiles and forgives the child without any consequence, the child may think, "This is okay, nothing happens if I do this." Tomorrow, the child may take money again. Later, the child may steal from someone else. This is why such behavior should not be ignored. In this situation, forgiving in the heart is still important. The parent should not keep anger, hatred, or resentment toward the child. But at the same time, the parent must clearly teach that stealing is wrong. The child needs to understand that wrong actions have consequences. This is how learning happens. To prevent the child from repeating the mistake, parents can give suitable punishment or restrictions. This is not done to hurt the child, but to teach responsibility. For example, the parent may reduce or stop pocket money for some time. The child may lose access to mobile, TV, or games for a few days. The parent may ask the child to stay at home and not go out to play. The parent may also explain calmly why the behavior was wrong and how it affects trust. These actions help the child realize the seriousness of the mistake. The child feels the result of the wrong action and learns an important lesson. Over time, this helps the child develop honesty, self-control, and respect for others. Because the lesson is clear, the child is less likely to repeat the same mistake in the future. This kind of discipline is different from anger or revenge. It should be calm, firm, and loving. Shouting, insulting a child only creates fear, not understanding. The goal is not to punish the child's heart, but to correct the child's behavior. So, forgiveness is always better, but forgiveness does not mean allowing wrong behavior to continue. Parents should forgive emotionally, but still correct actions wisely. When children are guided with love and discipline together, they grow into responsible, honest, and kind adults. This balance between forgiveness and discipline creates strong character and a healthy future for the child.
Rules and laws. Rules and laws are very important in our daily life. When we go out with our children, we must follow traffic rules carefully. We should always wear a seatbelt. We should not talk on the phone or get distracted while driving. We must stop at traffic signals and follow road signs. These rules are made for safety, not to trouble us. If we break a traffic rule, the traffic police will take action. They may issue a challan or fine. They will not forgive us just because we say sorry. This is because rules and laws work differently from personal forgiveness. Laws are strict so that everyone stays safe. If rules were forgiven easily, accidents would increase and lives would be in danger. It is very important to teach these rules to our children. Children learn more by watching us than by listening to our words. When they see us wearing a seatbelt, stopping at red lights, and driving calmly, they learn that following rules is normal and necessary. If they see us breaking rules, they will think it is acceptable to do the same. When an ambulance comes with a siren, we must immediately give way and move our vehicle to the side of the road. This is not only a rule, but also a human duty. Someone inside the ambulance may be fighting for their life. By giving way, we are helping save a life. When children see this behavior, they learn kindness, responsibility, and respect for others. Forgiveness does not apply in such situations. Traffic rules and laws are not about emotions or personal relationships. They are about safety, order, and discipline. Breaking these rules is punishable because it can harm many people, not just one person. Saying sorry cannot undo an accident or save a life after damage is done. By following rules and laws every day, we set a strong example for our children. They grow up understanding that discipline, responsibility, and respect for law are important parts of life. Forgiveness has its place in relationships and emotions, but when it comes to rules and laws, obedience and discipline are necessary. This balance helps children become safe, responsible, and good citizens. Now you can clearly understand the difference between forgiveness and discipline, and also understand when forgiveness is needed and when action is needed. Forgiveness is useful when the mistake is emotional, small, or unintentional, and when holding anger will only hurt relationships and peace. But forgiveness is not required in every situation. Some mistakes cannot be forgiven or ignored because they involve wrong behavior, safety, or values. These mistakes need correction, not silence. Many small mistakes happen in daily life, especially with children. But even small mistakes should not always be forgiven or neglected. If we forgive everything or ignore everything, children may think their actions are acceptable. Ignoring wrong behavior sends a wrong message. It silently tells the child, "This is okay, you can do it again." Slowly, this turns into a habit. Discipline means taking the right action at the right time. It does not mean shouting, hitting, or being cruel. It means clearly stopping the wrong action and teaching the child why it is wrong. It means setting limits and giving consequences so the child learns responsibility.
For example, if a child breaks rules, lies, steals, or shows bad behavior, forgiving immediately without correction is not helpful. In such cases, action is required. The parent must say, "This is wrong," and must take steps to prevent the behavior from repeating. This may include removing privileges, setting restrictions, or giving a clear warning. This teaches the child that actions have consequences. Forgiveness works in the heart. Discipline works in behavior. Both are important, but they are not the same. Forgiveness heals emotions. Discipline shapes character. When we mix them correctly, children grow with both love and responsibility. So, when wrong behavior can cause harm, create bad habits, or break rules, forgiveness should not be used. Ignoring such behavior is also dangerous. Instead, we must stop the action, correct it, and guide the child in the right direction. This is true care, true teaching, and true parenting. Masterstroke. If you want sweet and deep sleep, try this simple daily practice. Every night, before you go to sleep, take a few quiet moments. Think about your day and your life. If someone has hurt you, if someone has spoken badly to you, or if someone has made you feel sad or angry, forgive them in your heart. You do not need to call them. You do not need to message them. You do not need to say it loudly. Just say quietly inside your mind, I forgive you. I let this go. When you forgive, your mind becomes lighter. Your heart feels calm. You stop carrying pain, anger, and stress to bed. If you repeat this practice every night, your thoughts become peaceful, your body relaxes naturally, and your sleep becomes deep, sweet, and refreshing. Do this every day before sleeping, and slowly you will notice the change. Forgiveness is not always easy. Sometimes the hurt is deep. Sometimes trust is broken. It may take time. Forgiveness is a process. You may forgive slowly, step by step. Even deciding to forgive is a powerful beginning. Forgiveness makes you emotionally strong. It shows maturity and wisdom. It means you are in control of your emotions, instead of letting anger control you. You learn to respond with calmness instead of reacting with anger. Forgiveness also brings inner freedom. You are no longer tied to past pain. You live more in the present moment. You enjoy small happinesses in life. Your heart feels open and peaceful. Now, let us apply this whole idea of forgiveness versus revenge to the English learning journey in very simple English, step by step, as a story of the mind and heart. Learning English is not just about words, grammar, or pronunciation. It is also an emotional journey. Many people understand English, but they feel scared to speak. They remember past mistakes. Someone laughed at them. Someone corrected them badly. A teacher shouted. A friend mocked their accent. These small moments stay inside the heart like stones. Slowly, the learner starts feeling heavy, afraid, and blocked. When you make a mistake in English, your mind may say, I am bad at English, or people will laugh at me, or I can never speak fluently. This is where revenge thinking starts, but not against others, against yourself. You punish yourself with negative thoughts. You stop speaking. You avoid conversations. You keep silent, even when you know the answer. This self-revenge harms your confidence and happiness. Revenge in English learning can appear in many forms. Some learners stop practicing because they feel angry with themselves. Some compare themselves with others and feel jealous or hurt. Some blame teachers, schools, or their past. Some decide, I will never speak English, just to protect their ego. All these reactions come from hurt and fear, not from peace. Just like in life, revenge does not heal the pain in English learning. It only keeps the fear alive. The more you avoid speaking, the more fear grows. The more you criticize yourself, the heavier your heart becomes. Your mind stays busy replaying old mistakes instead of learning new words. Sleep is disturbed before interviews, exams, or presentations. Confidence slowly disappears.
Now you can clearly see the full picture. Forgiveness and discipline are not enemies. They work together. Forgiveness is for the heart. Discipline is for behavior. Rules and laws are for safety. And wisdom is knowing when to use each one. Forgive where forgiveness heals pain. Take action where action prevents harm. Do not ignore wrong behavior, and do not carry unnecessary anger in your heart. When we practice forgiveness, our mind becomes calm. When we practice discipline, our life becomes stable. When we follow rules, society becomes safe. And when we forgive ourselves, learning and growth become easy. This is true parenting. This is true leadership. This is true self-growth. Remember, you do not need to be perfect. You only need to be peaceful and aware. Thank you for watching. Please tell me which part of this video helped you the most. Comment and share your feedback. If this video helped you, please like, share, and subscribe to unlock your English potential. Your support motivates me to create more useful learning content for you. If this message helped you, carry it into your daily life. Because one calm heart can change a family. One disciplined action can shape a child. And one forgiving mind can change an entire journey. Until then, keep practicing, keep learning, and keep believing in yourself. See you in the next video. Bye for now.